The clock on the wall ticks louder with every passing second. His fingers tremble as he checks his phone. 4 p.m. The wedding was supposed to start an hour ago. Across town, a church bell rings, guests murmur, and a bride stands alone at the altar, clutching a bouquet of wilted roses. Her eyes scan the empty space beside her. He promised he'd be there. But here he is, trapped in a dim office, staring at a screen full of numbers that suddenly feel meaningless. A single tear smudges the spreadsheet as he types faster, desperate to finish. His throat tightens. He misses her first steps, her graduation, and now this. Across the city, the bride's hands drop to her sides. The guests shift uncomfortably. The officiant whispers, "Should we wait longer?" She shakes her head, lips pressed into a thin line. But then, a spark flashes in her eyes. She turns to her groom, whispers urgently, and bolts out the door, lace train dragging through puddles. Her heels click against the pavement as she flags down a taxi. "Drive fast," she says, voice trembling not from sadness, but resolve. Back in the office, he slumps at his desk, head in his hands. The phone rings, a colleague. "The deal's closed. You can go now." His breath hitches. Too late. The church is empty by now. Guilt crushes his chest as he grabs his coat and runs, rain soaking his shirt. He doesn't know where he's going, just away. The taxi screeches to a halt outside his office. The bride steps out, determination hardening her face. She marches inside, wedding dress glinting under fluorescent lights. Security tries to stop her. She holds up a hand. "I'm here for my father." She flings open his office door. Empty. Her shoulders sag until she spots his half-empty coffee cup, still warm. She smiles. He stumbles into a nearby park, sinking onto a bench. Rain mixes with tears. His phone buzzes, a text. Unknown number, asterisk look up, asterisk heart pounding. He raises his head. There, under a flickering street lamp, stands his daughter. Behind her, the park transforms, fairy lights twinkle in trees, chairs line the grassy aisle, and guests, his co-workers, her friends, emerge holding umbrellas and flowers. The groom waits by a makeshift arch, grinning. She walks toward him, tears streaming. "You thought I'd get married without you?" Her voice cracks. He can't speak, arms wrapping around her like she's still 5, slipping on her first ballet shoes. The crowd hums a wedding march as he walks her down the aisle, muddy leaves crunching underfoot. At the arch, she presses a wrinkled rose from her bouquet into his hand. "You're here now. That's all that matters." The reception unfolds in the office cafeteria. Desks pushed aside, twinkling lights strung over cubicles. Laughter echoes as colleagues dance awkwardly, ties loosened. The father and daughter sway to a quiet song, her head on his shoulder. "I'm sorry," he whispers. She shakes her head. "You showed up when it counted." Later, as the crowd thins, she takes his hand. "Work will always be there," she says softly. "But this, us, it's now," he nods, clutching the rose. It sits on his desk ever after, a crumpled, perfect reminder. Love doesn't wait for perfect moments. It creates them.